Introduction: Transformational leaders don't start by denying the world around them. Instead, they describe a future they'd like to create instead. Seth Godin. Transformational leadership is among the more recent leadership theories. It focuses on a leader's ability to inspire followers, and it does so by focusing on a vision that can change the structures around the organization. Its objective is clear when you simply look at the word the theory is built around: transform. What is transformational leadership? Transformational leadership is a participative leadership style and is defined as transforming the values and priorities of subordinates, whereby the leader motivates them to perform better beyond their expectations. Yackel, 1994. Transformational leadership has the assumption that people follow a person who inspires them and the followers accept and internalize the values expressed by their leader. Jung and Avolio, 2000. The transformational leader achieves things by using enthusiasm and energy, and these leaders set more challenging expectations and achieve higher performances than transactional leaders. Bass and Avolio, 1994. Transformational leadership is a system of supervision that was first introduced by James McGregor Burns. It is a type of leadership where leaders and followers work with one another to achieve higher levels of motivation and team morale. What is transformational leaders? Instead of dictating changes to their team, transformational leaders inspire people to change their perceptions, expectations, or motivations to work toward a common mission or goal. The 4 dimensions of transformational leadership. A short explanation of these concepts follows. Bass and Avolio, 1994. 1. Idealized influence. This component is recently divided into 2 forms. A. Idealized influence attributed, instilling pride in and respect for the leader. The followers identify with the leader. B. Idealized influence behavior, representation of a trustworthy and energetic role model for the follower. 2. Inspirational motivation, articulation and representation of a vision, leader's optimism and enthusiasm. 3. Intellectual stimulation, followers are encouraged to question established ways of solving problems. 4. Individualized consideration, understanding the needs and abilities of each follower, developing and empowering the individual follower. Raould and Heinitz, 2007. Idealized influence. Ideal role model. High moral and ethical standards show respect, attention, and consideration towards followers. Consider differences between followers' levels of abilities, ways of learning, and approaches to work. Encourages the followers' understanding personal feelings and needs. Inspirational motivation. Ability to inspire and motivate followers. Provides followers with challenges and meaning for engaging in shared goals and undertakings. Show followers how their work applies to real-world. Behave in an enthusiastic, passionate, and energetic way. Individualized consideration. Coaching, mentoring, and growth opportunities. Self-actualization, self-fulfillment, and self-worth. Attend to each follower's needs. Listen to the follower's concerns and needs. Intellectual stimulation. Re-examine their assumptions about their work and rethink how it can be performed. Innovative and creative. Helps followers see the big picture and how they connect to the leader, organization, each other, and the goal. Challenge followers to come up with new ideas. Ask questions that make the followers think. 10. Transformational leadership characteristics. Transformational leadership can be defined by certain characteristics. People who exhibit these characteristics are well suited to become your company's next generation of transformational leaders. 1. Keep their egos in check. Your ego wants to be the boss. It can, indeed, protect you, but it can also prevent you from learning and growing, blocking out, or negating the opinions of others. Transformational leaders strive to keep their egos under control, putting the best interest of their team and their organization before their own personal gain. In this way, they also elicit trust that leads to the best performance company-wide. 2. Self-management. Transformational leaders typically don't need others to set a direction for them. They are able to prioritize, select a course of action, and be held accountable for the outcomes. Further, they understand how to use their internal motivation to energize those around them. These leaders do what they love, and their values are aligned with the organizations that they lead. 3. Ability to take the right risks. Transformational leaders overcome irrational fears and evaluate risks in terms of obstacles, capabilities, and the vision of the organization. A transformational leader's team is right behind them, conducting the necessary research to evaluate the situation appropriately. Transformational leaders never allow complacency and self-satisfaction to prevent them from taking intelligent risks. 4. Make difficult decisions. Like any manager, transformational leaders make tough decisions. Unlike the transactional leader, however, the critical decisions transformational leaders make can cannibalize existing business and move the organization away from its tried and true. They might disrupt daily operations, discard the playbook, and challenge the status quo. Transformational leaders do not shy away from the tough decisions. They never lose sight, however, of the values, vision, objectives, and goals of the organization. 5. Share collective organizational consciousness. A transformational leader shares and understands the collective consciousness of the entire organization. This makes them particularly attuned to the feelings of their team members and gives them a clear idea of what strategies to deploy to elicit desired actions from employees. Since they're tapped into the organizational consciousness, they are able to make decisions that spur growth, and also create a shared vision for the organization that all employees feel a part of. 6. Inspire those around them. People seek to be inspired. Transformational leaders are perhaps the most inspiring of all. They have the ability to motivate others to rise to the occasion. Their style of inspiration is not just limited to formal acknowledgement of a job well done. Rather, they treat each employee as a valued individual and take the time to understand what motivates them. 7. Entertain new ideas. Transformation can rarely be achieved if the leader is not open or receptive to new ideas. Transformational leaders understand that success is dependent on the synchronistic efforts of the entire team, and that growth happens only in organizations that are open to new ideas, whether they are top-down or bottom-up. 8. Adapt quickly and easily. Adaptability means that a leader is more willing to undergo change. More than most, transformational leaders are able to think differently about the current situation. They see new possibilities where others may see only a problem. They are masters at reframing an issue, willing to ask themselves, what if the opposite were true? They readily rise to the challenge, seeking ever more creative responses to the dynamic business environment. 9. Proactive approach. The ability to be proactive offers two distinct advantages to transformational leaders. First, it helps them mitigate risks and avoid problems through the early identification of issues. Second, it helps them turn challenges into opportunities. This style of leadership can lead to innovative solutions to a problem the customer may not have even recognized. 10. Lead with vision. Transformational leaders set an inspiring, yet realistic and achievable, vision for the organization. They are adept at mobilizing others to create the necessary change that will actualize a different outcome. To do this, they must communicate effectively, cultivating a sense of purpose, commitment, and belonging. Once they achieve buy-in to the common vision, transformational leaders are able to guide the organization in a direction that will increase the long-term viability of the company. List of the advantages of transformational leadership. It is a leadership style which engages the full person. Transformational leaders are able to achieve higher levels of productivity from their followers because they seek to meet the demands of personal motives. This leadership style excels at recognizing existing needs or demands, especially in their followers. When used in decisive or heroic ways, followers become fully motivated to work toward what they feel is a righteous cause. It promotes enthusiasm. This leadership model is said to create an enthusiastic work environment and drives a company with changes and innovations. As individuals are working through self-motivation, this approach would particularly guarantee a higher level of efficiency and output. It encourages ongoing learning and development. Transformational leaders do more than work toward a final goal or vision. They also work toward achieving higher levels of efficiency for themselves and for their followers. It allows for quick formulation of a vision. This approach stands out from other leadership styles in its ability to quickly assess an organization's current situation and formulate a vision for its improvement and growth. Transformational leaders communicate their visions properly to other leaders in their organizations and to all the employees to get everyone on board. This would help them deal with challenging situations, as all people can see the big picture. Transformational leaders understand relationships. The transformational leader wants to build a strong community within their base of followers at all times. That is because they understand that the core of all business transactions is a strong and healthy relationship. List of the disadvantages of transformational leadership. It can face serious detail challenges. While transformational leaders are known for their inspirations and big-picture visions, they would struggle with detail orientation at times. Experts say that these types of leaders would need support from more detail-oriented and organized people, which means that other executives, assistants or certain team members would be needed to help maintain a transactional focus that can keep the vision of these leaders moving in the right direction. It carries the potential for abuse. Though this type of leadership is powerful, it is not always used morally and for the common good. Actually, not all of those often associated with this approach fit the definition. As you can see, Adolf Hitler and Osama bin Laden are also cited as examples of those using this type of leadership. It might overlook reality and truth. It has been noted that transformational leaders might fall in the trap of depending too much on passion and emotion, that they would tend to overlook reality and truth. This over-reliance can also restrict their willingness to delve into research and logical reasoning to face harsh truths about the situation of their companies.